Elissa, congrats on the win. Pretty easy. How does it feel to knock off your second number one ranked team of the season?
It feels so good. We were ready for this moment. We knew going on the road to play the number one seed was going to be hard, but we know that we did it before. So we just prepared. We knew we had to have energy and go into it like we know what we're doing.
Justin Williams.
Elissa, your first game back in about a month now. You came off of the COVID protocols. I'm just curious, how did you feel out there tonight, just conditioning wise, considering you're thrown right into the fire against the number one team in the country?
Yeah, first half I came out and I was feeling it a little bit, but as soon as the game got going, I was good. Second quarter, I had my energy up and I had so much just ready. So it was good like the rest of the game. First quarter hit me a little bit, but now we're good.
Thank you.
Mark Armstrong.
A couple quick ones for you, Elissa. You had lost to them 6 straight times, but this was kind of a clinical takedown of them. You touched on how much it meant to already have beaten a number one team. Was there something about seeing those Louisville jerseys that just had you guys in a separate zone tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we're always kind of rivals with Louisville because we're always at the top of the ACC competing against them, and we want to be the best, and so we had to come out there and beat them in order to be the best.
Then my follow-up is that layup at the end there where you kind of waited.
I just waiting for a couple seconds to run off. Came down, just waste some time.
You were like a soccer player dribbling to the corner flag and just holding the ball there.
Yeah.
All right.
James Henderson.
Hey, Elissa. Raina had 15 points, I believe, for you guys tonight. Just talk about what you saw from her and just the job she's doing at point guard for you.
Raina, she's been doing amazing. Those couple threes she hit in the first corner were clutch, and they really got her energy going. She's really been able to just control this team, handle the ball up top, know what to run offensively, and she's just done a great job controlling the game and controlling us.
Casey.
Hi, Lisa. Congrats on the win. Just wondering, I know you didn't play in that loss last week, but just kind of wondering what the mentals were over the last week and just how good of a rebound that was mentally for you guys to come out here the way you guys did.
Yeah, right after the game, obviously we were all kind of sad and everything, but then right after on the bus ride back, we were like, y'all, this isn't the end of the season. It's so early, and our momentum just changed right there. We knew that we were going to come out. We had a great game against Louisville coming up, and we just had to do what we do, know what we know how to do to be ready for that game.
Mitchell.
Yeah, Lisa, you seem pretty happy and, really thankful for this awesome win that you guys got. For you personally, I mean, it's been probably a little weird, right? I mean, you were in the middle of a season and then you specifically didn't play for 29 days. And then you come out here and you play a key part, in your team's win over a number one team. How tough has the last month been on you? And did it sort of add to just kind of, all right, we're past all that now and we're back on track beating these top teams that we need to beat to sort of be in position to go where we want to go?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. When we first went on hold, everyone was like, whoa, it's hitting home now. We were doing pretty good. And so going into that, I just, had to be grateful for every moment, as soon as I was able to come back, just the little things. And I think being grateful for all of that and knowing that it can be taken away in an instant really makes you want to play hard, go the extra mile, because you know that tomorrow's not promised. Our next game isn't promised. So you have to give everything you got every single time you step on that court.
Brett Friedlander.
Yeah, following up a little on the last two questions. Personally, what was it like sitting there, you were in Blacksburg watching that happen and not knowing you couldn't contribute? And then what kind of motivation was it carrying over to tonight?
It was really tough sitting there, watching the games, just not being able to necessarily do anything, but that allowed me to get involved in other ways. Watching from the side of the court gives me different perspective on our offense sets that we runs and defense, and it made me able to communicate with my teammates and talk to them about stuff that I could see that they couldn't. So it really gave me kind of an edge to see how our offensive sets were working out and like what I saw from the side.
We're going to take one more question from Michelle Vopel.
Yeah, Elissa, can you just sort of give us a sense of when you weren't feeling well, how bad was it for you, and like how much have you had to sort of regain? Like you said, I know you said you were a little winded at times, but how much have you had to regain from whenever you were at your maybe the worst point or feeling the worst?
Yeah, you know, my couple of days were the worst, feeling bad, and just I had definitely some symptoms and all of that. And so I was able to like go out for some walks, but obviously you can't do much. So I was feeling pretty bad, but then about halfway point, I turned around and I was able to come back out. And coming back, I think I was so excited the first day that like I wasn't even winded at all. I was just running out there. I had too much energy. Like coaches had to tell me to calm down a little bit. So I'm feeling good. Came back, felt good. My mom was a little worried. She was in the stands. So gave her a thumbs up at the end of the first quarter because I was feeling good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Elissa, thank you so much. And next we're going to have Raina Perez.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Hey, Raina, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Mike Toper, you want to start us off?
Hey, Raina, nice job on the win. I was wondering if you could kind of take us through the game a little bit. It was clear you wanted to push the pace, and even as they started to draw closer at the third and the fourth, you guys wouldn't let up. Can you kind of take us through how you're able to pull it out?
Yeah, I think our game in general is just to push and transition and get some points. But no, so that was our game plan going in, to just push the ball like we usually do. And it worked out for the most part. Maybe we didn't get a bucket every time, but we forced them to sprint back as well. And so we were able to attack the basket this game and hit some shots too, draw 2 defenders, kick out. But going in, I think we definitely went with what we needed to do, and that's pretty much it.
James Henderson.
Hey, Randy, you came to NC State as a scoring guard, and tonight it looked like you were maybe more aggressive looking for your shot. Was that by design based on the opposition, or did you feel like maybe that was just kind of what you needed to do tonight for your team?
I think that's just kind of what I need to do tonight for the team. I think a lot of people are figuring out who our scorers are and who we're trying to get the ball to. And I think just me trying to be another attacker, another scorer, it just helps them get open more. And I don't mind it. You know, I'm happy giving the ball to them, getting them open, drawing the defense. But yeah, I think just doing what I can to get my teammates open to do what I need to do as well was worked out.
Andrew Schnicker.
Raina, what was it like going against a player like Dana Evans in this game? It seems like you did pretty well out there against her.
Mm-hmm. I didn't guard her often. I was more on Haley Van Lith, but just being there in the gap, she's definitely a good player. I know why she's at the top of the ACC, at the top of the nation. But no, it was different. It was good going up against her, just seeing that I could compete and seeing that I could stay with her. And yeah, I liked it.
Brian Pirtle.
Hi, Raina. Congrats on the win. Just once again, your second number one, this team's second number one upset, if you will. What's the vibe in the locker room, especially after a win like this? How far can this team go?
I know it's pretty early in the season, but I think if we just keep doing what we've been doing, following the scout, rebounding, pushing, we can go pretty far. We can go as far as we want. So just beating another number one team, I think motivates us, and I'm happy and excited to see where we can take this.
Thank you.
Gary Graves.
Obviously, beating them to a lot of loose balls, just out hustling them on a lot of rebounds made a difference for you all in getting set up. I mean, what did you see with them that, you just figured you all can kind of outrun them? Did they seem to be just kind of waiting for balls to kind of come to them?
I don't think it was anything they did. I think it was more so of what we did. Coach Moore told us we need to win the 50-50 balls. We need to do the little things. And so that was our mindset going in the game, and we did it. And I think that's why we won.
Alex Sawyer.
Yeah, Raina, for you personally, obviously, you transferred to NC State to be playing on this level, playing games like this. To have a game like this, to be able to get a second win over a number one with this team, I mean, how much does that mean to you personally for you to be able to kind of, show that you really do belong to be playing with the best teams in the country?
It means a lot. I mean, that's why I came here to NC State to play in these big games, to compete against the best. And like Elissa was saying, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And they were number one. And so we did what we had to do. And I'm excited to be here.
All right, we're going to let you go, Raina, and get Coach Moore in. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When NC State's building the lead in that third quarter, that second half, and you get a stop, but then you give up the offensive rebound, how hard is it to keep them going? When I imagine it's just kind of a backbreaker for you all.
This was the lowest field goal percentage starting shot this year. It's at 39.7%. Win halfway last Sunday.
Are they doing these press conferences side by side?
I think somebody's mic is on. Just listening to Louisville.
Meanwhile, NC State shot at 44% from the field, 28 of 64. Didn't shoot it well from first, 6 of 21, 28.5%. But the Wolfpack.
Sorry to leave a few of you guys and girls hanging. They're just trying to rush and get on the road and everything. So we might not get to everybody, but I will try.
That's all right. Thank you.
All right, Coach Moore, can you hear us?
Yes.
You can take your mask off, maybe. I don't know. How bad is it? There you
I don't know. It really helps me when I leave it on.
Nah, you got to face
it. Helped recruiting quite a bit. See.
You want to give us an opening statement, and then we'll take questions.
Yeah, just really proud of our kids. It's been a tough 3-week stretch, and then obviously losing the other day, and just couldn't be proud of our kids. I thought they just. I think I've got so much respect for Louisville's talent and the job that Jeff Walz does. I just, again, as I said, coming in, they deserve to be number one in the country. And it was just one of those nights. I mean, that's what happens. We did a good job defending. And, what about Evans? I mean, holy cow. She just takes over ball games, obviously. But just thought we did a great job defensively on the boards. I mean, those are the things we have to do to be successful. And obviously having Elissa Cunane back was a big plus, but having 4 people in double figures and a lot of people contributing. It was just a great team win. And like I said, really proud of them.
All right. Doug Feinberg, you want to start us off?
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win.
Well, thanks, Doug.
So, you just said you thought Louisville deserved to be number one coming into the game. I mean, you guys haven't lost when you're at full strength. You beat Louisville and you beat South Carolina. You think you deserve to be number one now by that logic?
I'll leave that up to other people. I just got to, we just got to make sure we continue to get better. And, I was concerned coming into this game because I felt like we looked tired. We looked sluggish. After the layoff and all. So needed to get our mojo back. And so tonight I thought we did that. So, it's great, obviously, for our players to be mentioned in the rankings and all that. But let's face it, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean a whole lot right now. And it's all about March and April and all those things. So, but again, it's neat for our program and to do some things we haven't done in a while. Coach Yao built this program and was great for so many years, and we're trying to get it back to that level.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Michelle Vopel.
Yeah, Wes, I know, especially as a defensive coach, that overtime against Virginia Tech probably about killed you because that was not your team. But can you talk about how you bounced back from that with such a good defensive effort?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we had a lot more urgency, and I think we were locked in. We made a few mistakes, but for the most part, we kind of executed the way we wanted to defensively and did a pretty good job on the boards. We were so concerned about Louisville's transition that we really didn't let our guards go to the offensive boards much. But our post did a great job of getting us some second chance points, and we did a nice job on the defensive end because they're such great shooters. You don't want to give them a second chance. So, I think part of it's just urgency and flying around and doing the little things. We have to do that. We always talk about, in a perfect world, we try to hold people to 30 points a half, 60 points a game, and we hit that target right on the dot. And so if we can, continue to do that and defensively and rebounding, I felt bad in the loss. I just felt like I didn't help them much on offense. We stood around a lot. So I'll take a lot of the blame for that. So Louisville's so good, to come here. I think 2 years ago, Asia Durr may have outscored us by herself. It was a pretty tough night. So proud of the way our kids bounced back. Happy for our seniors.
Thank you. Mark Armstrong.
Wes, 2 number 1 victories, obviously that goes without saying. You win the conference title last year, so the next step is, in theory, maybe making a run at a national title. That has to be coming into more real focus now, doesn't it? That you have a team in that locker room and that team believes that they have that within themselves to make that a legitimate aspiration?
I hope they do. But again, my biggest concern is, that we don't stall out here. Like I said, I thought in our loss, we stood around a lot and just offensively weren't aggressive. We got to continue to get better. That's what these, the great teams that we're trying to associate with at this point, they're going to be better in March than they are right now. And we got to make sure that we're doing the same thing. And so that's my focus, getting better. As a coach, when you lose, you think of so many things you should do better, and look in the mirror and you wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning and can't go back to sleep thinking about it. So what we got to do is make sure those things that we're trying to do to get us to there, we keep grinding for.
Casey Hintz.
Hi, Wes. Congrats on the win. Obviously, Elissa back tonight. She played 30 minutes. Did you expect to have her play as much as she did? Was that kind of obviously on the base of how she was feeling? Also, she mentioned, just watching that loss last week, feeling like she couldn't do anything about it. But, I guess how was the energy for her bringing to the team, even though she wasn't playing?
Yeah. I thought Camille Hobby did an awesome job for us in the loss. And definitely, it was not, the sole reason for us losing. But it was great to have Elissa back. And now with Elissa, and you feel confident putting Camille Hobby in also, and that's going to help Elissa. I think that's going to keep her fresher. And 30 minutes, I think is a good target. I know what you're saying though. She was basically off for 3 weeks, and so. That was, but again, a lot of it was just based on feel. In the first half, we got her out a couple of times. She did look a little winded, but adrenaline can do a lot of things for you too. So when we were going down the stretch, I think she was pretty locked in.
Gary Graves.
Hey, Coach, obviously that first quarter kind of helped set the tone inside. Having Elissa back out on the court. I guess your initial plan was just to kind of see how she just would react and just make sure everybody else would kind of chip in against their bigs.
Right. Yeah. We again, we want to work inside out, and a lot of that's based on Elissa's talent. But that's just the way I've always felt like you should play the game. We want 4 guards though that can shoot the 3 and that can take you off the bounce if we spread you out. But we like to get it inside and work it back out. And I think, again, Elissa does give us confidence. And like I said, I think it's great to have a tandem like that we can go to. And, again, it was a tough matchup because Louisville went big a lot of this game, and that's hard on our 4 players sometime to match up on the block. I thought between Cochran and Dixon both, they really tried to go in there and pound it some, and we had some tough matchups. But, the biggest thing was trying to hold them to one shot, and that gives you a whole lot better chance.
All right, we got time for one more from Mitchell.
Yeah, Coach, congrats on the win, obviously. I was wondering, kind of what you thought of Jakia Brown-Turner tonight. She led you guys in minutes played, took a lot of shots, but got her points and seemed to score at kind of all 3 levels and carried you guys at different points on the offensive end. Is she you see her kind of stepping up this season into that role and able to do that against these top-level opponents?
Yeah, Jakia is a special player, and we wanting her to expand her game. Last year as a freshman, she didn't play like a freshman, especially in the conference tournament. We would not have won that without Jakia. And we want her, though, to continue to improve and score at all 3 levels, not just at the 3-point line. And I think she's getting there. But yeah, I thought the second half she really, she didn't shoot the ball well in the first half. Not many people did, to be honest with you. But second half, I thought Jakia down the stretch, she hit some big shots for us. And that's what we need because, again, she's a great shooter. And we need somebody that can spread the defense a little bit when they're trying to help on Elissa and create the kind of space we need. And Jakia can step out there and do that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Moore, thank you. Have a safe trip.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.
Safe trip back.
Congratulations.
Thanks again. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Maddie. Thank you. Any help with anything?
Thanks, Maddie.
Thank you, guys. See y'all soon.